that make it exclusive. This for members only, you're probably not included. First watch finest, I only hang with shooters. If I pop out with this cannon, then we gon' make a movie. Yeah. I come through a gang on them and bang on them. Hanging out the window and put that flame on them. Anybody get these bullets ain't got names on them. Would you like to subscribe, then hit the play button? Yeah.
I needed to come on and let people know, like, we don't have to tell everybody what our schedule is. You don't know what surprises that we have or things we're putting together behind the scenes to make things special, and they kind of ruin the surprise, you know. And then the guy who did it just never apologized or acknowledged what he did, you know, and it just like try to make it seem like he's putting us against the wall. So, you know, I came out and I spoke on that, and you know, this is an issue here where once again, you know, my name is being thrown in the middle of something when you and I were working closely behind the scenes to try to do something that was positive for the culture. So because this is about business and about the
addressing
image
lives
of the company, I felt the need to speak on it. So you called me, you caught me at the right time, and you said, yo, you know, come on. And I was like, yo, Holla, come on, man. He's like,
because I'm gonna be real. I ain't call you to like try to, yo, come be on my side. I'm finna tell you like this. I'm gonna ask you questions, and if you can't prove what you saying, don't answer it. I only want straight answers. I only want yes or no's. I'm not finna ask you nothing off the wall. I'm gonna keep it real when it got something to pertaining to me, you, or whatever I got to ask. I just want you to be straightforward with me. You got me?
definitely, man. I'll try to answer the questions as
All right, cool.
straightforward.
Okay, bet. First question is, why did Hitman and URL ever get into it? One and only problem that we had that went online. What was the cause of that, and why did that happen?
Wow, man. Wow, we got to go back in history, man. First, I mean, I don't know if everybody knows, but you know, from day one, you know, if we're being honest, Hollow, you know, we had our ups and our downs, you know what I'm saying? But mostly surrounded business and like negotiation. So, you know, we'd be yelling at each other on the phone, you know what I'm saying? But it would always be handled behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And negotiations, I never took it personal. But from what I believe it was Gnome 3, right? It was a big card,
Gnome 3.
city. And at the end of the night, at that time, you know, we are still fully independent, but that was in an earlier stage where financially the company wasn't as big as we are now. And at the end of the night, the club collected all the money through tickets and through cash. So instead of cash that they collected through the box office, they wrote us a check on the weekend and said, hey, you'll have all your money on Monday. This is the way we do our accounting. So it kind of put us against the wall because we were depending on the money to give the artists the back ends, because the show took place on Saturday and everybody was leaving the following day. And we wanted, you know, we needed the money from the door to pay the talent, but we didn't have all the money. So backstage, if I remember, I was explaining this to everybody, you know what I'm saying, and you wasn't happy about it. So, you know,
I said, yo, I need my back end. Y'all said we gotta wait till the check clear.
I said, yo, let me give you some of the money and just give me until Monday, and I'll give you the rest.
Get the rest. Yeah.
You know,
I'm like, nah, that ain't what we agreed on. All of it's always, I felt like, y'all, nah, I need my money, man. I'm supposed to have this and that. I got stuff I'm trying to do. Boom, boom. I need my money, bees. I need you to fully fulfill the contract. And you was just like, yo, we gonna pay you. We never had a problem paying you. It's just the money ain't gonna clear yet, but we gotta wait a couple of days. And that's where it went haywire. You know, I was young. But I'm not.
It was
if
a
I'm
while
not,
ago, so you know, we got, you know, cooler heads prevail, but you know, it was a hot-headed thing. You know, you said what you said.
sure.
I said it got
Disaster was there too, right?
yeah.
I think Disaster actually spoke on this. Me and you was about to fight. Me and you was really finna fist fight.
Yes, yes. Oh,
And,
as
and I,
embarrassing as that is, yes, it was going to happen.
it,
Right.
it sound crazy, I know. But I've never told that story. I never even told nobody that, you know what I'm saying, they really got to those numbers. But so that leads me to ask you, have I ever told you or Smack or Chico, if y'all drop my battle, if y'all drop a verb battle before mine, we gonna have a problem? Is that have I ever told y'all that?
That is not true, and that is absolutely insane. And that would have been the fastest way for me to hold on to your battle for 17 months before putting it out.
Exactly, bro. Because he said a million times. Beasley said, Hitman called him and said, I put it on my flag. If y'all put a verb battle out before mine, it's going to be a problem. So we got Beasley right here now saying that that's not true. The reason we got into it is because y'all didn't pay me on time, and I felt like y'all was holding my battle because the way I acted for not getting paid.
Right. No, that's not what happened. I believe
Mm-hmm.
it was more so about just the battle coming out in general because at the time we had a number of battles that were on the card, but
Mm-hmm.
that was the one that we were kind of focusing on as like the main event, and we wanted that
Mm-hmm.
battle to come out last. And at that time, we would drop battles a lot slower. The demand for
Yeah.
battles to release was great, but we
Mm-hmm.
would
It was
wait like
crazy.
2 weeks, 3 weeks in between releases to drop them.
Mm-hmm.
So people would be, up in arms, going crazy, and the talent wanted their battle out as well as the fans wanted to actually see the battles. So, that's kind of where the discrepancy lied between us. And then I believe that was known three, and the next event was Summer Madness 3. And then
Mm-hmm.
you and your brother came into town,
Pulled up.
right?
We
We
pulled up.
right, and we met up.
We, it,
You know what I'm saying? Like it was, I think it was me, you, and Rain, and we were just talking, and we was like, "Yo, what's up?" And then he was like, "Nah, it wasn't anything like that. It was more so about, I just didn't know what it was." And kind of like once we explained, what our
Mhm.
strategy was, and we all kind of saw eye to eye. It was just all good, and we just came in and we chilled out, and we all enjoyed the event.
I ain't have a million niggas with me or nothing. I just me and my brother came and spoke to y'all like men, right?
Exactly. That's always
Speaking
respect,
like y'all men.
and
Respect. I'm
I always respect that. Like, and I move on respect, and the reason why like I've been able to like walk around and be in the culture the way that I am for all these years,
Mhm,
and you've never heard of anything happen to me is not because I'm some tough guy. I'm a businessman,
mhm,
but like I don't owe people. I don't owe people money,
mhm,
and I stand on what I say, and I face all issues directly. So
mhm.
I was happy that you did show up that day because we got to step to the side and handle issues directly. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
and it always worked out. So, I mean
Okay.
that was what it was. You know what I mean?
So for the record, one more time before we move on, it was not because y'all dropped verb battle before mine. Just for the record again.
Nah, I mean, nah. That would never be the reason. That doesn't even sound plausible. Like that
Yeah,
that
I know.
that
I
doesn't.
know.
I don't like. I don't like. Have you ever that? How would that even work? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
want anything like that. Like just as a businessman,
Yeah.
just as a man in general, like I
Mhm.
can't be threatened into doing anything
Yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you know,
Sure. All right. So moving on, B. So all right, this situation when how did me, you and Gerald McCoy come into the situation that we had?
all right. So y'all all know the story. For the
Mhm,
most part, we haven't been working with Hitman for a couple of years. You know what I mean? And it's not there's no real beef between URL and Hitman. I mean, Hitman,
mhm,
he knows. You know this too. You do this shit. And so we going while we here, we just keeping everything forward and open.
uh-huh.
It's like a running joke, right? So like he'll feel a certain way like we're not booking him, but Hitman will call me and be like, I got him on your neck, bees. You know what I'm saying? I got him mad at you. I got the people
Yeah.
mad at you this week. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, I'm gonna get you
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? But I never end up getting them back. But for the most
Mhm.
part, for this situation, was he's like, I bet they won't call. Now I haven't called Hitman for a battle in some time. I think the last time I saw you was maybe like last summer, right after you battled Ill Will. I think I
Yeah, Gucci at the
and
riot event.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the riot event, and we spoke. You know, it was brief. It was like, "Yo, what's up, Holla? What's going on?" Boom, bam, and that was it. But I hadn't, we hadn't spoken in some time about a battle. So of course, the Mook thing escalates. You guys are going back and forth online. I'm looking at this. It's happening. People are hitting us up. They're saying, "Yo, this is a battle that we want to see. How can URL make it happen?" You put out an
Mhm.
invitation. I bet you they won't call me. I bet you this and that. I bet you it won't happen. So I was like, as my duty in the culture, whatever differences we have or may not have, we have to put those to the side for the greater good of what the people want to see.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
reached out, called you, and we sat down and we spoke, and we began to get into numbers, and we began to talk about, how the card could be beneficial at a time when, we haven't had a lot of big matchups. I mean, of course,
Mhm.
Loaded Lux and Rum Diddy was a big battle, but we haven't been seeing them battles like that of that magnitude consistently for about a year or so.
Uh-huh.
So I thought like this would be something that would really give a spike to the culture. And we talked about the undercard. We talked about where
Mhm.
we would do it, how we would do it, what the rollout would be, the timing. But I also
Mhm.
explained to you that this is going to take a lot because you
Mhm.
require, a lot of money for what you do, and so does Mook. And I
Yeah.
said, with the current state that we're in the culture, with the bootlegging that's going on, which is a huge problem, by the way, which I'm gonna touch on really
Yeah.
quickly. I know I get long-winded sometimes, but like
Mhm.
bootlegging is a huge problem. Um, Battle rap isn't as big as WWE or the UFC or other sports, boxing. So when people bootleg, it really affects the artist directly because it limits the amount of money that we can pay the artist, let alone it hurts
Mhm.
us as well because it doesn't provide us with the support that we need to put back into
Mhm.
the culture to do more events. So I was explaining to Hitman that we need to get sponsors, we need to get people who love the culture. So we were sitting there brainstorming. I said, "Yo, what about Gerald McCoy?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got a
Mhm.
great relationship with him also." And what people don't know is
Mhm.
I know Verb has been, running around touting that he brought Gerald McCoy into the culture. Gerald McCoy's been working with us probably since like 2012, quietly,
Yeah.
finding
Yeah.
battles that he
Yeah.
wants to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that whole
12 years ago.
yeah, those all those like early born legacies that we were doing out in Tampa and Orlando, the ones that went on
Mhm.
the URL TV app first, a lot of those battles were sponsored by him. And
Mhm.
these are battles that he was bringing to the table. So we reached out. He said that he'd be
Mhm.
willing to put some money up to kind of help things get started while we handle the things on the URL side to put things in play because there was a lot of lifting that needed to be done. And I don't like to just
Mhm.
jump out and start putting out to the world, "Hey, me and Hitman are talking, hey, we're building, hey, we're this," because it creates an anticipation for answers. So I like to work
Yeah.
quietly behind the scenes so that the rollout can be effective. We know what we're doing. We know when things are going to take place, and we get the best result. So that's how
Yeah.
Gerald McCoy came into the fold. He agreed to put some money up. We all spoke. He wanted it to be anonymous, and
Mhm.
we continued on. And then you and I said, "You know what? Let's not tell the people that we're speaking. Let's keep
Mhm.
let's keep the people like wondering like what's going to happen, so that when we actually do roll out with the trail and when we drop it, the impact is
Yeah, just drop
great."
a surprise. Yeah, just surprise them more. So I said I'm gonna keep going with the day 5. No Beasley call. I'm gonna get in spaces still. Like, man, they still ain't called. I told y'all. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Right. So boom, I keep doing that. The next day, next 2 days or something, I call Bees. I'm like, Bees, what's up? How we looking? Bees like, listen, I never tell you this because I know how you are. He said, but we one step closer, and it's pretty much done deal. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, but I ain't gonna tell you it's done though because I know how you is. So it's not done. I gotta holler at him, but we pretty much rolling. So I'm like, bet, B, say less. I called Gerald. Yo, Gerald. Man, Bees never tell me this because he know how I am. Bees end up telling me, yo, it ain't looking good. Might want to go try to shop the battle somewhere else. We can't afford it. We can't do this. We might not make it. Boom, boom, boom. I say, bet. Bees told me we one step away. So he ain't gonna never tell me that. So if it's cool with you, man, Can you send me the 20? Because honestly, I feel like Mook been writing a long time because it was 2 week, 3 week process with Remy. Remy told me to start writing. So if she told me to start writing, I know she told Mook to start writing, possibly. So I'm like, that ain't fall through. I said it was a 2, 3 week negotiation with the bags and bodies. He told me give him some time. So I don't know if you start writing then. I said now with the URL, it's been a week or two. So I said this whole time, man, I've been arguing trying to put it together. You send me that 20, man, I'm gonna lock in. At least I get some motivation to start coming up with ideas and writing. If the battle don't happen, I just send it back. Joe was like, okay. He was like, all right, cool, give me a second. Cool. He said, give me a second. Boom. I get on spaces. No, I'm talking my stuff with Rosenberg Raw. Now it was that day. It was me, Rosenberg. I forgot who I was on there. I'm talking my stuff. Boom, boom, boom. ARP called me. Boom. Yo, man, Gerald called and said he feel like you lining them up. I'm like, what? He said, yeah. He said, you on space. He said, you called him yesterday or earlier today, said, give you 20 because Beasley said it's on and popping almost. And now you on space. He said, you haven't spoke to Beasley. So I'm like, what? All right, so I said, I'm going to get Gerald on the phone. I get Gerald on the phone. I text Beasley. Beasley, can you please, because he ain't answer. I said, can you please call me? It's 911. Please call me. Beasley called me, Beasley, Gerald on the phone. What happened from there? What was the
And
what was the
we
problem?
spoke, and and I was like, maybe we should have told you, but he was like, we spoke behind the scenes, and we said that we weren't gonna let the people know anything. Once they know that we're talking, the patience of the
Mm-hmm.
culture is going to be limited. They're going to want to, and they're going to want. If we say we're speaking on Wednesday, by Friday, they're like, so when is the battle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly. So what did he say the problem was, or like why he felt uneasy, and like what did he say happened on his part?
nah, I mean, hold on. What was the question you said? What was the part that he?
Yeah, like why, yeah, why did he feel like, who did he call? Like maybe said, man,
Oh,
I
he
felt a
said,
certain way.
yeah, he's like he had heard from Verb that you were no longer cooler with Nick Cannon, and that there was something going on
Mm-hmm,
with your management, and that you could
mm-hmm,
possibly be scamming, which was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? For
mm-hmm,
him to say something, for him to say that that's what he heard, and that's kind of
mm-hmm,
what threw him off. So I was just confused by that because I'm just thinking like, well, why would he say that? Like if he doesn't know, why did he
yeah,
just direct him to say, or you should call Hitman and ask him why he's saying he didn't speak to Beasley? But for him to like do something that like would jeopardize from getting the matchup started, you know what I'm saying, on a certain
mm-hmm.
level, is just like wow.
Just
You know what I'm saying? Like just
didn't make
somebody else.
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So so
So
on
what we
that
said
convo
was,
when you,
what we said on the phone was, okay, I'll tell you what, let's just so that Gerald was comfortable, I was keeping. I said, listen, you know what? Matter of fact, we all collectively decided, don't send out any money. Just hold it.
yeah,
Let us finish doing what we're doing. And then
yeah.
once we say it's time to push the button, then we'll move forward from that point.
Yeah, so I said I'm cool on. I'm now because I'm already uneasy. It's lined up names getting next to my name, and I'm like, I ain't cool then. Don't worry about it. So Bees and Gerald was like, my pay. He said my apology. So whenever Bees call, your 20 is right here. I'm ready to send it. I'm like, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? We left it alone. But from your honest opinion, when he told you that on the phone, did that sound like hate, or did it sound like it wasn't no big deal?
I mean, did it sound like what I heard that he said? Did that sound like hate?
Yeah, what he already said. Yeah, was
Yeah,
that
I
hate,
mean,
or you just think it was?
anytime that you don't have a clear answer about what someone's motive is, and you come up with your own assumption and place that
Mm-hmm.
narrative upon someone,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. Especially when
Yeah.
you don't know for certain. You don't know what hit. If you at that time, if you guys were cool, his protocol would be, let me get Holla on the phone and ask him what's up, and I'll call you back, Gerald. That's what you
Or
or
just you call him.
call
Or I don't
call
know. You
Hitman and
call
say, "Yo, Hitman, you may want to call Gerald because he's a little apprehensive about moving forward with participating in the match because you're saying that
him.
you
Yeah,
haven't spoken with Beasley." That would be the proper way to handle.
exactly. So Verb was telling people that it was crazy that I'm asking for 20 and the deal wasn't locked in yet, and all this other stuff. So as since you a league owner, you've been in this league a long time. Is it do battlers always want money? Like just be like, man, I need some money, some down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Tonight, man. Like,
people people ask, for advances. People ask sometimes for money, while after the contract signed, while they're waiting, because we don't send money out like to like cash services. Like we forward to bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? We're a corporate
Yeah,
company,
bank.
but we send money directly to bank accounts. So sometimes it takes a few days for the money to come. Like once you complete the contract,
Uh-huh.
depending on the relationship that you have with your bank and when we send it, it could take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours, like one to 3 business days for the money to land. And, hopefully if it's not on the weekend, then it could take even if the,
Yeah.
days
So
running through the
so
weekend, it take even longer.
so Verb been telling people like, been trying to paint this narrative that I'm like what I did was so like unheard of, and like, oh my God, he's just damn near scamming. He want money without no contracts and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like he trying to make it seem like,
it's not an unusual thing. I mean, especially like in this situation, because Gerald McCoy was just kind of like a sponsor. He's not the company.
it wasn't
So,
even the league owner. Yeah, it was a
right.
sponsor. Yeah, it wasn't even like the league owner or the sponsor. But what was crazy to me is, Hap, if being honest, I'm asking you questions. Has has Averb ever been in that situation with you guys?
Um, nah, I mean, honestly, like he, in terms of that, like he's never been in no real like funny financial situations, despite the way that he acts online and the things that he
Uh
does
huh.
does against us. Like I'm not gonna just lie on him, even though he does that to me. I'm not gonna lie on him
Mhm.
and say that he owes money. He doesn't
Mhm.
owe money. But I mean, there's been situations where he's asked for advances and things like that. That has happened.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Now we getting somewhere, right? Okay. So he don't owe. So he ain't never ran off with no money and all that. Cool. But he asked for a van. So when you say he asked for a van, because basically that's what I did with Gerald. Like,
Right.
give it to me and I'm gonna give it back. I was giving it back if it didn't happen. So when he asked y'all for advance, what do you mean by advance? Like the battle was close or the contracts were
I
signed and he
I
just
I,
wanted it earlier?
I say like this, right? Like I'm still trying to fully understand, like kind of like where Verb and URL went wrong. Like I don't.
Oh,
I'm still trying to comprehend it. I mean, I have an idea of the things that led to it. I'm pretty sure
what happened?
it led to it. Like, okay, so now that I'm thinking about it, like, okay, so when we were doing a swamp battle, right? That was a battle that we spoke about for some time. That he wanted to do. I spoke with Swamp about it. Swamp wanted to do the battle, and leading up to Summer Madness last year, I was speaking to him and to Swamp about that battle.
What
Um,
month is this? I just want to make sure people
um,
in the timeline.
this was probably, man, we had been speaking for some time. So like May, I would say like around May,
Okay.
early May, or
May
even
May
like
2023.
yeah, May 2023, April, leading up to the battle. Now, at
Mm-hmm.
that point, we were still doing events with Caffeine, and
Mm-hmm.
at that point we were still doing events with Caffeine. So I was waiting on the budget from Caffeine so that I could move
Mm-hmm.
forward with Summer Madness. So I explained that to everybody. Like, yo, listen, guys, I know the battle's coming up in a couple of months. As soon as I get the budget, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was understanding, pretty much on board. So around that time, there were some other leagues that were trying to get the battle or were vying for Verb's attention to do other matchups. So he called me.
Mm-hmm.
He was calling me, asking me, for an advance. He kind of asked me for an advance. He said, "Yo, if you could send me some money, send me 3,000 so that I know it's real."
Hold
Which
on, wait. Hold on. What date is this? This in June? This is May?
this was probably it was June because it was close to July 4th weekend. I remember that.
Okay. Okay, so this June, and he asks for an advance for a battle in Summer Madness, usually what, September?
Yeah. Exactly. So I
Hold on,
was
stop right there. Okay. Oh, wait. Because he just told the world I was trying to pull off some big scam shit because I asked Gerald to send me money so I could start writing for a battle that was gonna probably be happening in a month or two. But he asked you guys for $3,000 with no. Hold on, was the contracts out?
Nah, we didn't have contracts out. That's why like don't
Hold on, whoa. Wait a fucking minute. So he asked Beasley for a $3,000 advance in June for a battle in September that y'all didn't even have contracts with.
Yes, that's correct. Um and sometimes people ask for the, for favors or stuff like that, and to be clear, right? Because like I don't want to put his business out. Like I'm not saying that 3,000 was his deposit. Averb, again, like I said,
What
just
was it for then? What was it for then?
nah, I'm
What
hold
was,
on, I'm getting there, Holla. What I'm saying is,
all right,
despite
all right.
despite who he is and what he's become and what he does, like I'm not, he makes good. He made good money with us. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't his deposit amount, but he was saying,
Mm-hmm.
send me 3,000 so I know it's real, which made me kind of feel like, yo, what do you mean it's real? Like we've
So
been doing.
so 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 it sound like he needed. It sound like because to see if it's real, y'all been booking them for 10 years. So what you I don't understand. See if
Like,
it's real.
that,
It sound like
that
send me
was
3,000.
right. That was my thought. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I don't understand why you. What do you mean it's real? Like you've been feeding you for over a decade. You know what I'm saying? Like the
The,
biggest check
the
that you've
best
ever
money
got,
he ever made.
the
The
biggest
best money he ever made.
you've ever gotten in your adult life have come from this company. The biggest checks you've ever received have come from this company. So you're telling me to send you something so that you know is real is crazy. Now,
With no contracts in 3 months. 3 months
exactly
before the battle date with no contracts.
correct.
But he just looked down and told everybody I was this terrible person for trying to
Right.
3,000. So
And
it
listen,
sounded like what?
and I'm not even gonna say like look, everybody, I don't know what his situation was, right? Again, like I don't know why
Uh-huh.
he said that. I don't know if he needed the money. He never said that he needed the money or that he was in a jam. And if he was in a jam, which plenty of people have been in, myself included, or anyone else, right? We all go through
Yeah,
ups
yeah,
and downs, right? But
yeah.
I felt like we had enough of a working relationship where if you were in a situation like that and you needed it immediately, you could just say, "Yo, Bees, look, I know you're waiting on the contract. I have to do, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Any way that you could facilitate this. If that would have happened, I would have gladly forwarded him the money. I would have found a way to do it. But
Be-
still,
But you can't because hey,
that's
not
that's
to cut you off. Hold on. Not to cut you off, Bees. I'm sorry, but you can't a corporation that size can't cash out no money for no
exactly.
no battle.
I can't send that to that. Like I can't send you Cash App to, you know what I'm saying, to your shit, and you know what I mean, from our account. Like we just don't do that. I mean, there is a way to do it if it's like through a routing number and a checking number, then the Cash App can act as a bank account, but that would still defeat the purpose of what he was requesting because he wanted it to be
Request.
right. He wanted it to be instant thing. And like I don't listen. I don't. These situations have happened before with other artists, so I'm not, going to sit here and like,
We ain't talking about other artists, Bees. We talking about the nigga who looked down at all the other battle rappers and this 2023 and he asked in the biggest battle rap league uh, ever for $3,000 3 months prior with no contracts. But he just looked down at everybody else that he says does these things
right,
that he does,
exactly.
that he's
He
doing.
does do that.
Okay,
He does
so
do.
yeah, yeah. So let me ask this. So since we all know Big Bad Averb, who don't get in these situations, just ask that. Did y'all send him the money? Bees. Yo, Bees, your phone off. I said no, your phone off. Bees, can you hear us? Bees.
Boy Smack, man. Shout out to First Watch Finest. Y'all already know what we do. You know what I'm saying? We bring y'all them exclusive motherfucking content when it comes down to this battle shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how we give it up, man.
I got smacked.